Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to read through the full article. I think I'll probably read through it pretty much word for word. I'll start off by giving you a quick overview for those that don't want to stick around, but there is a link in the description. If you do appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. Do you recognize this man here? You might, because he featured on a television show, a reality show, which is called, what is it called? It's called Welcome to Sweetie Pies, and it's about a family-owned franchise of restaurant outlets, soul food restaurants in St. Louis, Missouri. And I think the main character is the mother, and this guy that we've just shown you, here he is there, this guy. His name is James Norman, 43 years of age. So he featured quite heavily in this 9-series show that called Welcome to Sweetie Pies, and that show was shown on the Oprah network. Is that relevant? I mean, maybe not that much. And anyway, this guy, 43 years of age, James Norman, has been found guilty. He's been convicted of murdering his nephew. Here is the nephew, Andre Montgomery, 21 years of age. And essentially, the scumbag in question took out life insurance in Andre Montgomery's name, or in regards to Andre Montgomery. And then the scumbag in question has been convicted of working with a stripper, paying a stripper, I think the number is $10,000, to lure the victim, Andre Montgomery, his own nephew. Did I mention that? His own nephew, to lure Andre Montgomery somewhere where he was killed by a hitman. The hitman had been paid by this guy, according to the witness testimony that came out during the trial, which is now ended, and he has been found guilty. He's been convicted of murder. The prosecution did not go for a death penalty. They did not ask for the death penalty. He's due to be sentenced up to life in prison, and sentencing is due to occur, I think, December the 15th. He maintains his innocence. He claims the witnesses that admitted their parts to this crime, he claims that the witnesses are not credible. They're lying. The article doesn't tell us about the charges faced by the other people involved in the murder of Andre Montgomery. So why did this scumbag James Norman arrange to kill Andre Montgomery, pay for him to be killed? Well, it could be that he believed that Andre Montgomery was responsible for or involved in a robbery of more than $200,000 worth of jewelry from this guy's home. So seemingly that was something that James Norman confronted the victim, Andre Montgomery, about, and could be the motivation leading to the arranging of this guy's murder. So, of course, full condolences to the victim's family. His life, a 21-year-old, been taken away. It seems that justice has been served. The sentencing hasn't been arranged. The defense lawyers are going to do their best to weasel him out, or to get the lowest sentence possible. Perhaps they'll do a good job of that. I hope they don't. But that's a pretty thorough overview that I've given you there. I'll now start reading through the article in full. But again, if you do appreciate this coverage, an overview, and then a more detailed read through, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. A man who appeared on a food reality show screened by Oprah's network has been convicted of taking out a hit on his own nephew for a $450,000 life insurance policy. James Norman, 43 years of age, appeared on a show called Welcome to Sweetie Pies next to his mother. His mother's name is Robbie Montgomery. This show was aired on the Oprah Winfrey Network, OWN, for 9 seasons. On Friday, James Norman was convicted of murder after using a stripper to lure his 21-year-old cousin Andre Montgomery to his death. So so we know who the convicted is. Here he is, James. Here's the victim, Andre, and here's the mother, key figure in the show that aired for 9 seasons. Here's the stripper in question that was paid $10,000 by James Norman, according to this conviction, in order to lure Andre, the victim, to where he was shot. He was shot by somebody called Travel Hill. He was paid $5,000. We don't have a picture of Travel Hill, and we're not aware of the charges brought against Travel Hill or the stripper Terica Ellis. We don't know about those details. I'm sure those details are out there, but they're not presented within this article. After deliberating for 3 days, a jury convicted him of arranging the shooting murder of his nephew, Andre Montgomery, in March 2016. The reality star was charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire and conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud. James Norman hired 2 people to kill Andre Montgomery and then try to cash in on the life insurance policy which had been taken out months earlier. Prosecutors say that James Norman paid exotic dancer, otherwise known as a stripper, Terica Ellis, $10,000 to lure his nephew to where he was shot, and Travel Hill was paid $5,000 to carry out the murder. James Norman is now facing life in prison after the convictions, with prosecutors not seeking the death penalty. Sentencing will take place December the 15th. So the article tells us about the show. It was a long-running show, 9 seasons on the Oprah Winfrey Network, OWN, and it's in regards to the family-owned collection of soul food restaurants in St. Louis, Missouri. So he was quite the star. I mean, this is Andre, the victim, and this looks like a televised shot as well, doesn't it? I don't know if he featured on the show, perhaps, I'm not sure. Both Ellis, the stripper, and Hill, the shooter, pleaded guilty to their participation in the murder plot, and they both testified against James Norman. The court heard that the stripper made several cash deposits into a number of different bank accounts in Memphis between March the 15th and March the 17th, totaling over $9,000. And prior to that, she had a negative balance. James Norman claimed that he took out the life insurance policy on his nephew to give a family friend, Whale Yagnum, business. Yagnum pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit murder for hire and wire fraud in July. So this gentleman came forward quite some time earlier, July of this year, presumably, confessing of his involvement. This guy here was seemingly party to taking out life insurance on the victim in the knowledge with the intent of having the victim killed so that they could collect $450,000 worth of life insurance money. The victim, Andre Montgomery, left the area in 2015 after $220,000 in cash, jewelry, and other items were stolen from Robbie's home. Okay, now I have to admit I'm quite confused by who the Robbie is. I'm not sure. Oh, that's his mother. That's the murderer's mother. So there's Robbie. Her name is Robbie Montgomery. Okay. Okay, so I think this is saying that Andre Montgomery left the area after $220,000 worth of items were stolen from this lady's home. James Norman admitted that he and his mother hired a private investigator to find and confront his nephew about the incident, but that they had no intention of hurting him. He told jurors that he was a father figure to his nephew and helped him move to the area 18 months before he was killed. So, you know, the murderer in question is claiming that he's such a nice guy, so helpful. And yeah, again, the article tells us that the defense is disgusted, surprised, disappointed in the outcome of the trial. They dismiss the witness statements as being non-credible. James Norman was charged with misdemeanor assault charges in Harris County, Texas, after he allegedly punched a former employee in the face in 2018. On his website, he claims that he was arrested for armed robbery and that he had served 10 years in prison. So this guy has a criminal history. He had several issues with property companies in regards to unpaid rent, with two owners saying he owed them a total of $354,000. So this guy's a career criminal and faced significant debts. So there we go. That's really that article there, that situation there. Of course, full condolences to Andre Montgomery's family. I mean, it's a messed up family. It includes the murderer. So it is a shame. But I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.